Yo, what's going on? Leggett Taylor, Community Matters 2. And this is episode 5 of Let's Sit Down. And as always, let's start with introductions.
Good afternoon, Kellyanne Royce Hedone, proud principal, Poughkeepsie High School, in class of 1990.
And I'm Khalil Webb. I'm a senior.
Kira West, I'm a junior at Poughkeepsie High School.
Davion Bennett, I'm a senior at Poughkeepsie High School.
Tiana Morgan, I'm a senior at Poughkeepsie High School.
All right, so we talked ahead of this, we got to know each other, did a little bit joking around. Let's get down to it. A question I got is, as you know, the last year, the pandemic hit, COVID-19, the whole world is shut down, right? So you saw all this news and this and presidents and first responders, everything like that. And then there was a point where schools got shut down. I felt like we didn't hear enough of y'all's story, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause it affected y'all as well. Y'all went from, especially, every single one of y'all was in school. Y'all was in high school, y'all was going juniors, seniors. Now you're moving out. So what I wanna know is like, how did that affect you? How did COVID-19 affect y'all? I wanna hear y'all side. Like how did COVID, you're a senior, basically you leaving. Like how did COVID-19 affect you?
I heard that we was gonna be out of school for I think 2 weeks, and I didn't expect it to last for the whole rest of the school year. I thought we was really gonna go back in those 2 weeks. But honestly, it affected me, I don't know. It made me lack motivation a lot, I can say. Made me not want to get up in the morning. I just got so used to being online all the time. So it's once the school actually had the chance to open back up where we can go back in those 2 days, I went one day and I'm like, I ain't going back. I just was nah, I'm not going back. I don't know, I didn't feel it. But I missed the sports. The sports wasn't how I really wanted it to be. I expected way more spectators, way more teams to be played. We only play local teams.
Because you couldn't travel.
Yeah. I just wanted more. I wanted my senior year to be a little better.
Yeah, no.
But she's still making honor roll. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
With me, I would say personally, it could have been a disease and a pandemic is never a good thing.
Right.
But for me, I feel like it helped me find myself and not cause in school, there's a whole lot of friends, you're social. I'm at my house, I'm not talking to nobody, I'm in class doing work. I just found myself and just.
Yeah, that's dope. That's real.
I agree with him. I feel like I learned more about me than I knew before. I think it impacted me positively because my grades are always good, but it got way higher. So yeah.
Oh.
I feel like it definitely helped me find myself too, because I knew so much about everything and everyone else except for myself, and really having all that time to myself, I feel like it was definitely impactful to me. And even though there were definitely a lot of limitations on what we could and couldn't do, I didn't let that stop me. And it was still things I'd still sit there and do regardless.
Okay. How did it affect you?
I know they taking bets to see how long it'll take for me to cry. I'm about to cry. Right? Listen, never in a million, to go off what Tiana said, when they closed us down March 13th of last school year, I never dreamt that we'd be sitting here right now having this conversation and still don't have over 1,100 kids back in this building. And, put aside the fact that I had just begun as principal here. Right, of my alma mater 4 weeks prior. I was just building relationships and learning who these young people were as people, right? And starting to really prioritize what needed to be done, that low-hanging fruit on what needed to be done so we could change the narrative, right? And really make sure that people understand who the pioneers are, right? And then we get shut down. And last year it was just all about kind of keeping people above water, including myself. And since then, I've grown, definitely, right? Never dreamt I'd run a school during a pandemic. And coming from New York City, we lived through 9/11. We lived through so much tragedy, but never something like this. And there's so many nights that I've walked the building and found a spot and just cried, because there's always opportunity to check in with kids when they're here.
Right.
Right? And so that's something we've worked real hard on, making sure that we always check in with them, because if they didn't feel well, they weren't going to produce and do well.
Right.
And so it impacted me in so many ways, right? It's like, this is what I came home for, right? We got work to do. But as time went on, I realized we were putting in the work in a different way, right? In a different way. And I was still able to build the relationships. And I think what hurts me the most is that they're going to leave me, right? And I haven't even begun to scratch the surface.
Right.
And they won't be able to be a part of that, but they can always come back. So, yeah, it's...
Yeah, as a principal, I know having principals walk to a building full of kids, full of staff all the time. So I know, and then now it's like you're here with it's an empty building.
Yeah.
I 100% get it. I got a question. Sports. You guys play sports, right? All right,
Yeah.
cool. So usually when you play sports, you build like a certain camaraderie with everybody you playing sports with. Like if you start in 9th grade time, you got people when you played in 9th grade, like they still was on the team, and like y'all built that friendship, right? So when the pandemic like first hit, how'd you feel like you couldn't be like your friends like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that was a big part of my son's thing, where now he couldn't go, because in the beginning you just had to be home. And you couldn't be with your friends, you couldn't chill with your friends. After practice, you couldn't talk with your friends. Like, how did that start with you? Like how you feel about it? Like how did that change? How'd you keep that going in contact with your friends?
To be honest, at first it sucked, cause keep it at a buck, I'm on the team, those are my brothers. So we just built a relationship. Of course, it was ups and downs, but we're still all gonna be there for each other. And we're in a group chat, so we stay in contact with each other. We send each other stuff up Instagram, TikTok, and all of that.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're ever too far away from each other. Nowadays, us guys, we game a lot.
Yeah.
So we just on the game. If we're not after practice, we'd be like, yeah, get on the game. We're gonna be on the game later. But I feel like it made us closer, and made us be
stay
able
in contact,
to,
even though you're not right in front of each other. Yeah.
Yeah, we just stayed in contact outside of school.
So how did it affect you?
Basically what he was saying, we stayed in contact through phones and stuff like that, since we couldn't really meet in person. But once things started opening up, we kind of got to hang out in person, you know?
Yeah.
And with the basketball team, I actually had to grow a new bond with a lot of new players, because a lot of girls stopped playing. So we actually had modified players on varsity. And,
wow.
And the volleyball team, we've been playing with each other since 7th grade. So we just have a close bond. And we always keep in touch with each other, group chats, stuff like that.
That's dope.
Yeah, they're each holding a ball, right? But Tiana should also have a basketball in her hand. Davion should have a football in his other hand. And I'll just say we work real hard. Once the CDC and the section and the conversation started, I realized that, and me being one of them once upon a time, that sports and clubs and activities gets these kids out of bed, right? And they kind of lost that for a minute. And so we were always, checking the regs and seeing how we could make it happen for them, in the safest way possible. But, coming from the principal standpoint, I see the relationships that they have with their teammates, and Tiana just mentoring modified girls.
That's what's up.
And, the brotherhood on the varsity basketball team is like no other.
Don't raise your hand.
Don't.
You can speak, but you gotta raise your hand. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, because like I do track. I thought y'all was leaving me out.
I know you did track, bro.
He sure does.
Oh no, it was more like the friends and everything. But I got a different question for you.
He sure does
I got a
run
different
track.
question for you.
Alright.
I like how involved you are. I like how involved you are. My God. For y'all, I got a question for y'all.
Mhm.
Both of y'all said y'all it made you like the pandemic made you like find more about yourself, who you are. So let me know what's something you learned about yourself.
What did I learn about
Yeah, like what
myself?
you learned about yourself.
I gotta think on that.
I'll come back to you. What you learn about yourself?
I think I learned not to like depend on people so much, like to depend on myself more.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that was the main thing.
Like believe
I
in
feel that.
yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like not everybody's gonna be there for you.
Right.
Like you gotta start doing your own thing.
Yeah. No, that's a life fact. For real, for real. All right, so you're a junior. You got 1 more year of high school. It's a little different for you right now. Hopefully your senior year you get the whole full experience of high school. But like introduce yourself, but what are you looking for after high school? College, any experiences you want to do, your life after high school.
My name is Akira West. I'm a junior at Poughkeepsie High School. After high school, I want to go to college. I want to study finance. Like, I didn't know what specifically yet, but that's my goal. And like after that, like I want to get like a good job, you know, like in whatever like I study specifically. And I want to travel the world. Like maybe it could be like a job where like, you know, I go from country
That's
to country.
what's up.
You know?
What's something that you do that people just don't even know about?
I'm in Sister to Sister. I do programs like, I used to do a VASA program. I do Marist Liberty and Marist Upward Bound.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
And I recently just finished the college jumpstart program with Monroe College. It just finished like last week, so yeah.
All right, so I learned that for starters, I was way too outgoing, and
What you mean?
just in general, I was way more outgoing towards like friends than they were for me. You know,
I got you.
do a lot more for people than what they'd be willing to do for me, and like, you know, it hurt realizing it, but like you get over it, and like you just kind of mature through it, and like I don't know, I kind of just had to learn that like I am the answer to all my problems. Like I just had to find that somewhere within myself. I can
Alright.
do it.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Put that on a t-shirt. All right, so we're gonna go a little deeper now. All right, just a little bit deeper. So in Poughkeepsie, other places too, but we talking about Poughkeepsie. There's a lot of conversations about you guys, our youth, what you guys need, and a lot of times, you know, there's a lot of people out there working trying to find the answer. Well, I'm here today because I want to hear from y'all. So when I say there's earlier we talked about like not much to do in Poughkeepsie. Like if you're not really part of sports, or you're not too much to do, right? So how do you feel about all these conversations going on about you guys and what you guys need and what you want, but your voice is not being heard? Like you're not at the table, because I've been to a lot. I'm part of a lot of things. There's people out there doing great things, trying to really find them. But me, I always believe if I'm talking about something for seniors, I probably should bring some seniors in to talk about it too, instead of me just saying this is what they need. So how does that make you feel knowing that they're out there talking, but you guys aren't at the table enough? You know what I'm saying? Like how do you feel? Anyone can answer this question. How do you feel like you're not at the table? Like
I feel like they should just ask us. Like we have social media. Everybody has like a phone and stuff. Like you could like send out a poll, get people's phone number, and then just ask us what we want to see, and go from there instead of implementing what you want as an adult for us, when that's not necessarily what we want for ourselves.
I feel like it would make the most sense to really like ask us, because we kind of are the firsthand perspective
Right.
on what's going on. So like no one would really understand as much as we would when you think about it.
Would you like to be at the table?
I feel like it's just like how parents be like, they be like, oh, you need to do this, like this is for you. Like I feel like they decide everything that they think is best for us instead of like, asking us.
Yeah, based off basically what they're saying, like everything just gotta be asked. Like, or if you feel like something should be done, do it. Like instead of talking about it. Do
That's
it.
a heavy one.
Actions.
Talking about
Yeah.
That's real talk. That's a
I
lot
feel
of
like
talking.
they say a lot like, oh, we're gonna do this and do that, but like it never happens.
No actions being done. Yeah,
Right.
I feel
Just
like
talking about it for years. Just talking about the same thing. We're gonna do this for our kids, that for our kids. Never gets done.
I feel
That's
like
dope
actions
that y'all
speak
realize
louder
that.
than words.
That's dope that y'all realize that, because some things take longer.
Definitely.
Some things do take longer. Some things, like myself, I feel like that's kind of how my organization moves. Like we'll talk, we'll have 2 or 3 meetings with you. After a while, we had a couple meetings about this, and then
get
boom,
moving.
Yeah.
let's get. That's just the way I go. And it's crazy that y'all saying that right now. Like all this talking, so y'all see the talking too, the same way like we see a lot of talking too. So that's dope that y'all actually see that. And from me, on some encouragement, I think when y'all see stuff like that, sometimes like unite and say and put your own thing out there and say something. Go on social media and say what you need to say, so that you can sit at those tables.
Yeah.
You don't always have to just sit back and just wait for it. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, it's sad to say this, but we kind of losing faith in our own town that we live in, because we can't trust the word of somebody saying that they're gonna help us.
Yeah.
Like we're just sitting here waiting for them to help us, and we're just never getting the help.
Or when we do say something, they look at it as like in a negative way or something like that. Like, I don't know. Everybody have their own ways of the way they look at things.
Yeah. Y'all gotta. I just feel like y'all just gotta unite a little more on that platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, you saw what happened with the NBA, and then Chris Paul and them got together, and they're like, we ain't playing because of this. You know what I mean? The injustices of people. They're like, we're not playing, but they had to get together first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes when I say y'all have a voice,
Yeah.
y'all got a voice. So you just gotta get together sometimes. Just say, hey, we want to be at the table. We want to sit down. We want to talk. Because I respect. Because I was young before. I mean, I'm not super old, but I was young in high school, and I wish I had took more advantage of like sitting down and actually saying what I really wanted. And sometimes I just didn't pay attention. But you guys have a voice. You have to come together and say what you want to say, because I personally want to hear it, and a lot of other people, they want to hear it too.
It just goes back to what I was saying before about how it impacted me, right? Like I have so many plans for here, and I wait but so long for others to do, and then I do it myself, right? And I get my team together. You knew who to reach out to when that concern came up, right? And it was figured out, because your voice does matter. I said I was going to bring a dance studio into this building. It's here. We're waiting on some other pieces so that it can be fully used. You and I talked yesterday about that music studio. It's gonna happen. You're gonna come back after graduation and it will be here. So I think that, that's what just kind of gives me the chills, makes the hair stand up, because I can show you better than I can tell you anything. And I agree that I just hope that more and more people live by that. Right? We can talk, we can plan, but we have to do. And until you do, they're words, right? And so I completely respect it. And I just hope, and understand when the surveys come your way, right? Check the email, right? Get in the habit and have a voice, even if it's something that doesn't connect to you directly, like, oh, that doesn't really pertain to me, but it pertains to others in your peer group and in the community, that it is important to, and you would want others to have a voice too, on same topics. So, I'm definitely feeling that, and I think that's again what has weighed me down a few times this year, because COVID made everything stop.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. They're gonna leave. You'll be here, Akira, so you'll see some of it unfold, but
So-
it's been the hard part.
So I just say y'all gotta be at the table, y'all voice. All right, cool. I'm building the table right now. All right, cool. This is y'all first table sitting on what y'all want. I'm about to ask y'all. What can myself, nonprofit organization, what can the school district, what can the city, what can colleges around here, what can businesses around here, what can they do, things they could do to help y'all? So I'm asking you the question. I just built the table. You're at the table. So I'm asking you, what can we do as a city, a community, all of us? Some people try really hard. Some people aren't as involved with children. But what can we do as a whole to help our youth on some real, like, what would you want to see? Like, what can we do to help y'all? What can we do to, like, better help y'all? Out of school, in school, whatever it may be.
There's a lot of talent in this city. So not like even just besides the sports, I know people who are artistically talented, musically, vocally, and I feel like it's just a waste of talent because it's not even on them. If they don't have the opportunity to showcase and like you said, have a voice to say what they want to do. And this is the opportunity. So I feel like music, vocally talented, like a studio, I should say.
Yeah.
Arts, stuff like that. I feel like that should be incorporated into our city. We
So
need
you
to have a
sound more
place
expressive.
to,
Like places to more express.
yeah,
You know what
without
I mean?
being judged too. And that's another thing. Us, not students, but kids in general, sometimes we worry about what other people say. And other people are the same people that live in the town as us, the same
Right.
town as us.
Right.
So I feel like there's a lot of judgment on what we want to do. And it's taken as, like she said, it's taken as negative. But
Right.
in real life, we just not trying to be in the crib,
Yeah, I feel you.
trying to have fun without being in trouble and stuff like that.
I think maybe I said like a sports center, but besides sports, like you said, there's other talents like art. I know a lot of people that know how to draw. I feel like we can probably open up a lounge, do like paint, chill, paint and sip. Doesn't have to be alcoholic, of course, but like
What
something
y'all
like
sipping?
that. Yeah. Not
Self-serve.
but yeah, like a little something like that. I feel like that would be cool.
Like a spot.
Yeah, like a little
Like a
lounge.
spot for y'all. Like, you
Yeah.
ever see Saved by the Bell? No?
Heard of it.
That's
I
why
heard
way
of it,
better. Saved by the Bell, the kids, like, after school, you know Saved by the Bell.
Screech.
After school, that's where they went, like, to this restaurant spot. Like, that's where you
Yeah,
chill.
like
that
a
was
little
their
lounge.
spot. So I give it that was cool. All right, so got somebody else about to go to college. Tell them what you about to do. Tell them the next thing.
All right, I'm Tyler Morgan. I'm a senior at Poughkeepsie High School. After I graduate in June, I will be attending WestCon in Connecticut, August 22nd. And I'll be majoring bio to become a neurosurgeon. I'll still be playing basketball.
That's dope. So what you looking forward to, like college wise?
I'm looking forward to meeting new people. I'm kind of a people person.
Nice.
I like to meet new people, bond with people. So yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting new people, bonding with the team that I'll be on.
So one thing that you're gonna miss here at Poughkeepsie High School?
Definitely the sports, the coaches.
Oh, that's a tearjerker.
Yeah, definitely that.
That's what's up. So she's headed out, and you know what I mean. She's on to that next level.
I don't know. I feel like stuff that older kids could do. Like, I don't know what specifically, but like stuff to involve it. Because I feel like most of the stuff here is like focused on little kids. Like, like the partnership. Like older kids could go to, but it's like mostly them. Like they do after school. Like, like stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, somewhere you get some Popeyes or something, right?
I feel like if we had a better library, because for me personally, like a lot of my social advancements started as a kid going to the library, just fooling around on the computers, and then you meet other kids that have some similar interests as you. And that's how like I started learning how to build friendships, and some of my longest friends I met just from the library.
Oh, dope.
And then on top of that, it's just a whole bunch of knowledge and information that's there, and knowledge is power. Like I feel like a better library would really benefit a lot of people around here.
That's what up. And that's kind of like what I want to hear from you. That's the type of things we need to hear more. But another thing is, I think sometimes I do think y'all say things, but sometimes we're just as we grow older, we get disconnected. So you might say something, and be like, "This is what we should do." Y'all on social media looking at this, whatever. I'm like, I can't relate to what you're saying. I'm still stuck over here. You get what I'm saying? This was when I went to school. You know what I'm saying? So y'all new thing, I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like for us, sometimes we'll just be disconnected. Man, I think we have to take the time to look at what y'all looking at. But at the same time, sometimes y'all gotta understand, like we've experienced some life that you guys haven't. And we've taken bumps and bruises that we don't want y'all to take. So sometimes we can be a little over, and sometimes we're disconnected. So, but I know Principal, she Principal got swag. You got swag, you know what I mean?
A little bit.
and you're more connected. Like, how you feel about like what they're saying?
You know, so again, when I spent 20 years in the Bronx in education when I left here. And there's a whole lot to be said about Poughkeepsie, right? And that I've heard. And it was part of the reason I decided to come back to change that narrative, right? Like, let's keep it real. Nobody would expect a young man to say the library.
Nah.
Right? But that's his truth.
Right.
Right? And how many times have I said to you guys, you're bigger than just ball.
Fact.
You're bigger than just, right? And, you know, Davion had said something about, you know, getting the kids to speak and be at the table and what they think, right, on the outside. But yet the work is sustainability. Right? There's been kids who once upon a time were involved, and then they steer another direction and get pulled into negativity, right? And I feel like sometimes, right? Let's put the truth out there. We give folk reason to talk, and I think that's my work. That's our work, right? To start to build opportunity and then sustain it.
Correct.
So we build these things, right? I have all these big plans for Poughkeepsie High School and in this community, but it's about sustainability. It's about getting the young people in and keeping them there and then being part of the next step and leaving your piece and your legacy, right? So you said library, and of course we have the beautiful Adrian's library, but I have plans for this one with big screen monitors to where you don't have to necessarily open a book. Like, I need to open a book, right? I can't do the e-reader. I can't read something on the phone like you guys, right? Like, you know, people write speeches, young people write things in there. I can't do that. I have to crack open a book. But I recognize that you guys could go up there and do a touch screen and do research on a big screen in the middle of the library, right? And getting more into technology. But then I have to find the way to sustain that. There's been kids that have been involved in things, and life's about choices. And then has pulled away from those positive things, and, you know, life took a turn. So as you guys were speaking, I was thinking about those stories that I know of and how it's important to just sustain. You know, we're gonna listen and we're gonna do, but then we have to do more.
Correct.
And then do more. Yeah.
So we're gonna bring it Back down a little bit. You didn't cry.
You hear my voice?
I hear it. I hear it. You didn't cry.
I'm fighting it.
So real quick. After high school, what you looking forward to?
I want to start a career in music, specifically rapping.
Oh, dope. You got anything?
Right now?
Right now? What you mean? Right now? You got. Oh,
Maybe out the track.
Right
He'll spit you a little something when you
right.
bring him out in the track.
All right, so you were saying, it's been different for you. But you talked about after high school, music, right? So what's your passion in music?
Music has helped me express a lot of emotions that I can't express through normal words.
So I'm gonna put you to the limit. Okay, I'll push you real quick. So let me hear a little something.
Everyone think they got struggles when people will hate me before they come see who I am. I swear that junk used to break me. I let the pain shape me and I kept my demons in hand. And they ain't understand I was down, but I could have been creeping with sweets in the van. I get some sins I'll admit to, don't know what I've been through, so don't try to talk on me simply. And there was some pain I had to get through. I knew I was destined for greatness and infancy. I used to be so resentful. The music is helpful. This pain got me writing a symphony. People they rhyming with pistols and that's so regretful, but still there's nobody fixing the streets.
Hold on, they gotta pay for the rest, bro. They gotta pay for the
I was gonna
rest.
stop there anyway.
That was dope, bro. They gotta pay for the rest. All right, man. So music your thing, bro. So after all this over, man, just push.
Yep.
Push your music. We already talked a little bit, so I hope you're in the best man that I can. I got you, all right? My guy. Dope. What you looking for at the high school?
Like I want to go to a HBCU and I want to study finance.
Oh, that's what's up. You got that money. Okay.
Actually, this fall I'm attending Howard University in Washington D.C.
That's where I want to go.
Guy.
Yeah. I'm gonna major in health sciences and go into the physical therapy field.
Dope. Always need that. Always.
In August, I'll be going to WestCon. I'm gonna still be playing ball, but I'm gonna be majoring in bio. I'm trying to become a neurosurgeon.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I ain't mad at you about that. That's what's up. So, last question. I wanted to ask, who are you, right? I'm not gonna ask that question. I got a different question. Simple question. It's not even a question. It's really the whole world is watching you right now. The whole world is watching you right now. There's a spotlight. There's no lights, and the spotlight is on you. Your message to whoever, if you got children, if you got, what is your message? All right, so I'm gonna go one by one. I'm gonna start with Principal Royce. Like, what's your message? Like for you out to, not as the principal, Kellyanne, your message to others. You gonna cry on this one?
I started when he said he was going to Howard. Y'all missed that.
Okay.
Well, you may have to come back to me. I have a lot. I have a lot of messages.
A little quick message.
Like, I'm trying to pull it back.
That's all right.
You know, I guess I have a few little ones that I'll just put out there first. Just listen, right? Listen, and bring them to the table, right? That's one. Two, the worst thing to waste in life is time. It's the one sure thing you'll never get back.
Thanks.
You'll waste food. You don't want to finish those peas. They're nasty. You throw them away. God willing, there's always opportunity to have another meal in front of you. I buy that bag. I don't need another bag. I don't need another coach. I buy it. I'll make more money. But time, you never get it back. And in the role of principal, and I'm a firm believer of that, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your parents' time, the community. There's, you know, in June it'll be 31 years since I walked the stage. And I blinked, right? And so just don't waste time. Give it all you have and never, ever, ever forget where you came from.
Nice. What's your message?
So my message is
You can spit it if you want to.
Huh?
You can spit your message if you want to. No, all right,
we
trying to get
not
options.
that cold yet. My message is you are more powerful than you think you are. And I feel like we as humans have unlimited potential and just a lot of people don't tap into it. But the more you believe that you can do something, the more you really see what you can accomplish. And I even amaze myself a lot of times, like just have no fear, really just go out there and get it sometimes.
Oh.
My message to everyone is stop trying to please everyone and like focus on you. Don't like let people tell you what to do, like you do what you think is right for you. And another one is like, I think everybody as a nation like should start supporting each other. And like, cause there's always this one person that's like trying to get you down, like, oh, you're succeeding. And like, nope, I don't want that. So you're gonna find something like, you know, with them. So like, we need to all like support each other and be there for each other as a nation and stop trying to bring each other down.
That was awesome.
My message is to just love yourself, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna have nobody but yourself. Like, there's been times where I've been leaning on other people too much, and I found happiness in other people, but I wasn't really truly happy because I wasn't happy within myself. And another thing is, oh my goodness, I just forgot it. But oh my God.
Because that first part was so deep.
Yeah, that was deep, bro.
So us people as humans, we complain.
Right.
But most of the time, like he said, the power is within yourself.
Yeah.
So there's no sense in complaining and if it's a problem that you can fix. Like, take action, solve the problem. But yeah, that's my message.
Dope.
My message is don't ever let someone tell you you can't do something.
That's right.
I feel like that word can't is really more powerful than what we think. Like, I have an experience from, I'm pretty sure y'all all know Coach Shelley. Yeah. In practice, every time we say we can't do something, she used to make us run lines after lines after lines after lines. And I really took that word when she used to tell us, don't say you can't do something. I used to take that and really run with it. I feel like that's a real saying I'm gonna live with forever. Cause I feel like if you really feel like you can do something, go out there and really do it.
Right.
Like, prove someone wrong. Don't let someone tell you you really can't accomplish this. You can't be this, you can't be that. Prove them wrong. That's my message.
And that's changing the narrative, like
Facts.
we talked about, right? That action is what changes the narrative. People are always going to think what they think. But that's part of changing the narrative and knowing your people. And, you know, I believe it was Malcolm X said, it's only impossible until it's done, right? I believe it was he who said that. And so,
You just gotta.
yeah.
My message is, I've done a lot of things in life, from not good things or whatever, to where I'm at now. Yo, just don't ever, ever, ever be scared to fail. You're gonna fail. It's how you take failure.
Yep.
If you learn from your failure, you're that much closer to succeeding. If you learn from your failure, you're that much closer to succeeding. Because if you only could fail 3 times and you failed that once and just gave up, you didn't give yourself the other 2 failures to get to that 4th one. Well, there's no 4th failure, it's just succeeding. Okay? You can go for something 100 times. Only 1 time you gotta be right and get it. Only 1 time. So try 99 times. Never be scared to fail. You always learn from failure. And you all said it before, people are gonna say you can't do this, you shouldn't do this, your dreams, your ideas. Nobody's ever gonna dream what you dream. When you dream, they're never gonna see it the way you saw it. You'll never really be able to explain it to them the way you dreamt it.
Right.
So never let anybody take your dreams, like tell you you can't do something or whatever, you know what I mean? just go in life, yo, go hard. Go so, when I say go hard, like that's my mentality. I go so hard on anything I want, like anything. I was an architectural project manager, right? So I did huge builds in New York City. They give me the plans, $5 million. I gotta bring this, build this, like, you know what I'm saying? It took me 10 years to get to that point. When you come out of college, 3-4 years to get there. It took me 10 years to get there. I had to go through every single step of a company. Some people came out, didn't even have the knowledge I had, but just got there in a matter of 3 years. It took me 10 years. I wanted it so bad that I just kept going. Yo, go hard in life. You got one life. You got one. You got one. You're not perfect. You're not gonna do it perfect. Doesn't matter. Go so hard. And always help the other person if they need help.
Yep.
Help somebody need some help. Help. Yo, like for real, like, yo, help. You have to help. I try to help as many people as I can. And don't take me wrong, help where you know it makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want your time wasted. Help the other. If you see the other person struggling and they're trying to do it, and you already got it, yo, just turn around for a second, because you know you can recover. Yeah. They're trying to get where you already at. You can recover real quick. Help the other person. Take that time and help other people.
And never do it with the expectation of getting something in return.
Never.
Right?
Never.
That's when it's meaningful, right? 2 things I tell you guys will get you success and the go hard to this, right? But it's really about the work ethic and character, how you present yourself, and that work ethic, that going hard, and just love what you do. I love this. This is my calling. This is why I'm on earth, to serve young people.
I remember what I was gonna say now.
Go ahead.
What I was gonna say is don't ever be scared to ask for help.
Facts.
Because that's something that I'm dealing with this year currently. Because I've always been an overachiever.
Yeah.
And honestly, I didn't really ask for help because everything just came to me.
Yeah.
So this year I'm taking dual enrollment classes with Duchess.
Nice.
And it's not the same as high school learning. So of course I'm gonna need help, but
Right.
I have, my mom told me that she said I have too much pride to ask for help. And that like snapped something in me. And I'm like, I gotta ask for help. I can't be scared.
That's right.
Like, there's times I would like sit in my room for hours and hours trying to figure something out because I had too much pride to ask for help. And that is a waste of time.
It is.
When I could just ask for help and get the help.
And you're not the only person. Think about it, how many generations have gone by. You're not the first person to ask for help.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
You're not the first person to ask for help. You gotta ask for help. You guys, you'll be going to college. You'll be the freshman again. You in high school. You in high school. Yeah, hey, what's going on? Mr. Flirt right here. All right. What's going on? But then when you go there, you're the freshman. You got to ask for help. Like you said, help. You're not the first person to ask for help. So, senior. Last year, maybe it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to be. But you part of ball. You was a part of that.
Yeah.
Right there. So how did that feel?
Well, ain't been done since '95. So I guess that's the first big thing about it. And I was just glad that our school finally did something. Because we don't win a lot of these states. We don't win a lot of those. So us winning that is great.
So I'm not gonna announce it, but your next journey is happening. Tell them what you're about to do. What's about to happen?
I'm going to Howard University in DC.
Let's go.
It's HBCU, and I'm going there to study health sciences and go into the physical therapy field.
And before you go, like who are you? Like, let them know who you are. Talk to them. Who are you?
I'm just, well, me going to college, I always wanted to go to college. That's been a big dream of mine. I'm just somebody who went to this school and it's gonna be part of the history. I could say I made it out of this school and I was successful. So I just can't wait. Okay, can't wait.
Got that next level. Just want to let you know, first time meeting you here, you a dope dude. As part of that, high school, you going to the next level, HBCU. Proud of you, brother. Extremely proud of you, brother. Ooh, this episode going dope. But we're about to end the episode, but before I do so, I just want to say, like, yo, this was one of the dopest episodes I've ever done, speaking with y'all, because I wanted to do this for a while, like, speak with y'all, you know what I'm saying? I get to speak to older people and stuff all the time, you know, that's cool. But you know what I mean? Like for example, I see you rocking the Jordans. I got Jordans too. You know what I'm saying? I see your kid. I'm seeing the way you got the headphones. I see the nice hair and all that. I was seeing that beats, but ain't no sneakers. Yeah. So you know, we got a little style there. Nah, this was dope, and I just I wish y'all the best in y'all future endeavors. Anytime y'all want to holler at me, I do programming. I do this. You just want to come and talk, come to the office. You want to chill, hit me up. We do so. I would love, as you guys go on, to eventually come back to one of my programs and talk to my kids. Be like, you know what I mean, tell me your experience, but this was dope.
I'd like to meet right back here for an episode
right.
to see where they are a year
That'd
later.
Be dope. But I want to say thank you to you, big time. I definitely appreciate it. And basically, this was the dopest episode yet, episode 5. Let's sit down.
Good stuff.
Man, y'all did good, man. That was y'all liked it? It was cool? Yeah. All right, Principal Royce. This is basically, you went here. You went to the school. Now you're back as the principal.
Yeah.
And the minute you got here, you had to, it wasn't the traditional coming, there's kids here. It was there for a moment and then it was completely changed. So now you had to adapt to what was happening. Yeah. How did you adapt to this pandemic and not having, as you can see, children in your school?
I'm still adapting, right? When we shut down March 13th last year, it was something that we thought would not last this long.
We all did, yeah.
Right? So I didn't want a lot of them, so we kept, them, the community, the parents as informed as possible. But, we stayed hopeful. And I worked from home for about 3 months. And as soon as I got the clearance to be able to be back in the building, because no one else was here, I was back. And I'm walking these very halls with no kids.
Right.
And at that time, no staff.
Right, something entirely different.
Yeah. And
what you're used to. Anybody was used to.
Anybody, right? No one in education today has ever dealt with this. And I want to believe we've done the best we could, and then some. From, online teaching and learning to the social emotional supports that were beyond anything you could ever plan for.
Right.
Even for ourselves, right? And keeping ourselves as strong as we could. And we understand, Time Magazine just released an issue, and on the front is a young person, and the title is A Year Lost. But what I'm trying to do as the principal is not think of it as time lost, but time learned.
That's good, yeah.
Right?
I like that. Right.
And learning in a very different way, not just for the students, but for us as well. I mean, this is one more thing on my resume, right? Everyone's been like, oh, how horrible for you. I'm okay. I wasn't quite a few nights and days in this building and sitting in front of Mr. Daniels' participation room, Mr. Daniels, my former teacher, or Ms. Pasake's English class, or the very offices behind us now, Carolyn Jones, who was an assistant principal here, and thinking about the impact they had on my life here and saying, listen, no pandemic, is going to break pioneer spirit. And we've just tried to keep going.
So real quick, what's something you just want to let people know, not as a principal or anything like that, like something fun, something you like doing, something you just like, you know, maybe you like the harmonica, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I don't play the harmonica.
In general, like what's something that you could just share, like something you like doing?
I mean, I'm definitely into sports.
Okay.
So excited March Madness came back this year.
Yeah.
I was struggling last year. So I'm definitely a sports freak.
Yeah.
Watching them, playing them, you know, being around them. So that's one thing. I was a dancer for 20 years.
Awesome.
So still trying to stay very connected to that. All kinds.
Okay.
Yeah, all kinds, from ballet to hip hop and everything in between. Hence the importance of me,
Right.
you know, understanding that expressive piece in kids' lives and how dance and theater got me out of some tough times. And I love music. And I'm going to build a music studio here, a full-fledged program, bring hip-hop therapy, a program that I was involved in the Bronx, bring it up here.
On your doc, right?
Mhm. On the documentary,
right?
yeah, I hate it, for
Yeah,
sure.
that was
So,
dope.
but there's so many other things that I may not be into or connected to, even the harmonica. Listen, if the kids want a harmonica group, look at we're doing it here. We're gonna have the Pioneer Harmonica group. But I'm a yogi. I do yoga.
Oh, yoga?
Yeah, it's
Yoga,
dope,
yoga,
right?
yoga,
Yeah.
good. I just want to say thank you. It's been dope.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been dope.
You're gonna come back, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna come back.
Come
I'm
back.
here. I'm PK all
That's
day.
right.
I'm here.
Once
all
a
day.
pioneer,
I'm here all
always a
day,
pioneer.
man.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.